Alrighty then, I'm at the Arnold Ice Cave in Central Oregon. This used to be a tourist cave. It's still open to the public, although until a couple of years ago it was open year-round. Then they finally figured out there were bats in it in the winter, so now it's closed in the winter. But today is summer, so obviously it's open. Let me pan to the right here. There's a cool hole over there. That is officially part of the Arnold Ice Cave system. But this big hole over here to the left, that is the only entrance to Arnold Ice Cave. As you can see, it's a nice big hole in the ground. You look at the satellite imagery, it's pretty noticeable. See, there are trees in there. You can see it's dozens of feet tall, dozens of feet wide. Kind of impressive. Before I go inside, I'm going to do a loop around the outside. Smells like sagebrush here. It rained last night, so everything's fresh and clean. Usually if I come here in the summer, it smells like dust. The roads around here, they're not paved. They're all dirt and gravel and gross. Fun to ride on. You don't need a four-wheel drive, but you'll probably feel safer if you have a four-wheel drive. Or at least something with high ground clearance, like a pickup truck or a van. Nasty roads, that's for sure. Part of the adventure. Get away from the boring fancy stuff in cities like electricity and pavement. As you can see, I'm kind of walking on a trail that goes around the cave entrance here. Definitely not the safest hike. If I had kids, I wouldn't let them this close to the cave. So you can see I'm looking dozens of feet down. If I were to fall in there, it might hurt really bad before I die, or I might die instantly, either way. Let's see here. You see the ground down there is still moist from the rain yesterday. I was hoping it would rain again today. But then again, if it was raining today, I'd probably go for a harder cave. I'm here at this cave because I can park right next to the entrance, so I don't have to walk. This afternoon, the forecast is like 98 degrees. Way too warm for me to be out hiking around in the Central Oregon. Whether it's desert or not, it's definitely warm and dry. Compared to where I'm used to living, it's desert-ish. Oops, I just stepped on the anthill. I hope none of them got on me. It wasn't even on purpose. The anthill was in the middle of the trail. Okay, so the battery I'm shooting with is almost dead, but I got 4 more batteries in my pocket. So, pretty sure I have enough battery life to do this entire cave. And then I'm going to be done caving for the day, because the next cave is kind of a long walk from here, and I don't want to be out walking around in this weather. Oh boy. Okay, so there's a loop around the only entrance to Arnold Ice Cave. Now let's go inside. There's a sign, well, you can't see it from here, but there's a sign down there repeating what I already told you, that the cave's no longer open year-round, it closes in the winter. Why they're gonna bother to tell me now this closed in the winter, I don't know, but it's better than not telling me at all. It's good to plan ahead. Let's see. The battery life on my camera is 21%. So what I'll probably do is, when I get down to the hard part, I'll switch batteries there so I can get a good video of the hard part. I don't think the video is going to come out that well anyway because of the, well, you know, it's tight. We'll see how it goes. See, I can go right or I can go left. I've been trying to go turning right to go counterclockwise, but long story short, I think I went that way last time. I don't remember. So I'll go this way. see there's a nice trail. This does get a lot of use, especially this time of year. In the winter, even when it's officially open in the winter, there weren't that many people came in the winter because it's kind of a difficult and dangerous cave to do in the winter. Imagine where I am right now, see how steep it is? In the winter, you could expect snow and ice. So obviously I've done it, but that doesn't make it a good idea. But you can see the cave down there, that's the cave, the hole, but above it, look how loose the rock is. You could go up there, you can climb around, but think about how easy it would be to knock some of those lower rocks loose. Then once those lower rocks come loose, the higher ones could come loose. So theoretically, an avalanche could, you know, squish somebody or trap somebody. So if I remember right, there's a warning sign down here about the possibility of avalanches. What's ironic, there are 3 places in the cave like this. I don't know exactly which one the sign is warning you about, because, like I said, it applies to 3 different places, and the sign doesn't really specify. Is it talking about right here or somewhere else? Honestly, I normally believe in zero trace, but if I owned this cave privately for tours, I'd probably pay a crew to remove these big rocks or otherwise secure them to make sure that it couldn't come down on somebody. I mean, you think about it. You see these rocks down here on the floor? Where do you think they came from? Durr. And like I said, if it landed on a person, that would hurt really bad, now wouldn't it? Okay, so I told you this is Arnold Ice Cave. There's a sign there. It says Arnold Ice Cave. That proves everything. It says it is closed annually to all entry from September 15th to April 30th to protect it. Oh, that's not even the one I was warning about. I thought there was another warning sign about the loose rocks. As long as I'm here, let me pan up again. But you see, there's small rocks there. You could easily knock those loose. And then, geez, look at those huge rocks up there. These come loose, the whole thing comes down. If it happened, I would love to see it, but I wouldn't want anybody to be under it. Especially if it was me. All right. Now this time of year, I don't think there are going to be bats in here. They hibernate into winter, hence the sign we just saw. Wow, look how moist it is in here. I don't know if it was that moist a couple days ago or if it's from the rain. Jeez. This cave is very tricky. It's so steep and it's worn out, so it's very slippery. In the winter when there's ice, it's even worse. But even in the summer with all this loose dust and stuff, it's ugly. As you can see, there's enough room in here. You could totally climb up here and look around. Like if there was an avalanche that blocked that main entrance, you could probably get out through here. Yeah, I could totally get out there. Wouldn't be as fun. Actually, now that I think of it, it might be more fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll go out that way. Okay, my battery life is at 14%. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the battery die on its own, and then I'll replace the battery. Whoops. It's weird. Sometimes on these cameras, the battery lasts until 3%. Other times, it's still like 19% and it wants to die.